In this chapter, I'd like to show you the workflow process that I go through for creating a rendering and compiling it in Photoshop. Let's have a look at the bookshelf scene, and this is a really good scene to use as a rendering. Before we export it into the various styles that we want to then import into Photoshop, let's add some final touches. First, I always like to add a person in the model. So let's add this SketchUp file called Seated Man. And this is a face me component, meaning wherever you orbit, the component always faces you. And it's a setting that you save when you create components. It's great for people, and it's also good for trees. Now, the other setting that I like to adjust is to turn this into a 2-point perspective. Right now, it's very subtle, but you could see the vertical edges teeter. They're not true vertical lines. To fix this, just go to Camera and select 2-point perspective. Let's take the Select tool, sample that wood. Let's fix that last step that we forgot to color in there. And we can also hide the edges here. Apply the wall texture. Hide this top edge. And hide that bottom edge. And that way that looks flush. Remember, of course, to update your scene. That way it saves that 2-point perspective. Next, we can go ahead and export out the various different styles and display settings to create our composite rendering.